ladies and gentlemen, Akon got into a bit of a problem recently. So this came out in the Atlanta Black Star, August 13th, 2020. Akon catches severe backlash for telling Black Americans to get over slavery. Once again, we got these foreigners that weren't born in this country, did not live life as we have, but they think they got more knowledge about our situation, and they never do. They never ever do. So let's hear what he had to say. So Akon caught the ire of those who were taken aback after he told Black Americans to get over slavery so they can have a more prosperous future. The singer, who spent a good portion of his childhood in the West African country of Senegal, shared that opinion during an interview with Vlad TV, released on YouTube Tuesday, August 11th. Oh, really? Okay. So in Senegal, we've kind of overcome the thought of slavery. We don't even think about it, said Akon. The only time we think about it, honestly, is when we're doing tours of Goree Island. Outside of that, people have lived and moved beyond the slavery concept idea and mind state. I think it is the art of just letting the past go and moving towards the future, he said. And I think the US, they have this stigma of just not letting go of the past and blaming the past on every mishap or, disappointment. That is so not true, Akon. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You All right. I think as long as you hold on to the past, there's a lot of weight that you carry with you everywhere you go. It's hard to move forward and move fast when you gotta weight on your back. You gotta let it go. Akon, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you're looking from the outside in. You know, and ladies and gentlemen, many foreign um, melanated people from other nations and islands seem to have this attitude, and I don't understand. You know, before they speak, they need to understand the history, which they don't. It's very clear that Akon is not clear on history for him to make a statement like this. That is the problem I have with many. And I mean, you can tell me what you think in the comment section, but I do resent that. You didn't learn the history. You didn't learn everything we have gone through all this time, but you have this opinion. You know, I can't tell you, even some of the people in the islands, not all of them, some of them do have a clear understanding, but there are many that do not. And I've heard them say similar things to what Akon is saying right here. Remember, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico, none of them have gone through Jim Crow. We went through Jim Crow, they did not. All right, we went through 91 years of Jim Crow. They never went through that at all. Nobody in Africa went through Jim Crow. Nobody on the islands went through Jim Crow. So they're going to have a whole different perspective about what things are like for us. And I think it's quite ignorant for him to make this kind of statement about Black Americans without really talking to us to find out why we do what we do. Boy, it changes how I feel about him, that's for sure. Akon later said in the interview that Black people should move to Africa because the United States doesn't care about how Blacks have been affected by slavery, which ended in 1865, which is not true. okay, which is not true. As soon as slavery was over, they came up with that convict lease program, which is just slavery by another name. That's all it is. They came up with sharecropping, just slavery by another name. So, no, technically, it didn't end in 1865. It ended in 1865 on paper only. Okay, he also believes if the US wanted to give reparations to Black folks for the slave trade, it would have happened already. The United States aren't sorry. Well, we know this, Akon. You are not telling us. We know these people aren't sorry. They don't even take accountability for nothing. Whether it's slavery or not, they don't take accountability for shit. They don't care, Akon explained. So you want to stay here and continue to be treated this way, or just go back home where you're not no longer the minority. You actually are the majority, and you control your destiny and your future and your land. And let me stop you right there, Akon. First of all, you talk like there are no problems there. There are a lot of problems politically going on in Africa. You got a lot of leaders that have sold many of those different countries in Africa out, and the people have yet to rise up against that. Many of them feel their hands are tied. So please don't act like there's this rainbow and sunshine and no problems. You may have problems that differ from what we go through as Black Americans, but y'all certainly have your problems over there in Africa. Look, you got Zimbabwe that just gave money back to the white property owners, and the people have no recourse over that. Y'all trade with the Chinese who are screwing you over. Y'all are doing a lot of things, practically handing your resources away instead of dealing with it more on a business level where you prosper over in Africa. And we have seen many of the countries in Africa, they are poor, and they really shouldn't be poor because you got all the resources sitting right there, but your people are still living very poorly over there. Parts of Africa don't even have the internet, y'all. And this man wants to preach to us? No, no, Akon, man, I cannot let you get away with this. No, no, y'all still, parts of Africa is still going through famines. Again, you got all the resources there. There should be no famine in Africa at all. There, in fact, there should be no poor people over there at all. But see, you made deals with the devils, and then you let those Europeans come in there and carve up Africa for themselves, raping the resources, giving you next to nothing. So please don't preach to us when you got tons of problems in your own backyard. I definitely will not shut up about that. So he goes on and says America did a good job at brainwashing. Yeah, some are. That's true. Not all. Some are. Many of us have woken up and we see everything for what it is. And see, they don't like people like us because they can't rock us back to sleep. The moment you mention Africa, they start shaking. They don't even know why. The backlash that Akon received for his slavery comment came swift and in large numbers. Either he's an ignorant African or he's acting in his buffer class status as a so-called Black elite, someone wrote on YouTube. South African here. I missed the part where this pop singer became the spokesperson for all Africans. Another person commented, I think that that's BS because Europe still controls over a major chunk of the industry on the African continent. They still have plantations. They still have brain drains. The university from various nations, they still have many African nation currencies pegged against European currency, especially France, a third person wrote. So, yeah, Africans may not think about slavery, but they damn sure think about colonialism because it still hasn't fully ended. I agree with that. I agree with that. So, if more Black Americans do move to Africa as Akon advised, they may be able to see the launch of Akon City, a city that he's building in Senegal. This past January, he said it would be functioning in 10 years' time. The lockup crooner said already been given 2,000 acres of land for the city by Senegal President Macky Sall. Well, good for him. I hope he does build his city and is successful. But you seriously, Akon, learn the history before you open your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. We have been railing against everything that has happened to us for a long time. Have we been successful? No. But they got the system rigged up to be that way for one group of people to prosper and another group never to prosper. Now, I agree, y'all may not need to think about slavery, but y'all damn sure are still in the stronghold of colonialism, much of West Africa. You're giving all of these nations over in Europe your money. You still got their armies in your land protecting their resources. And no, so you got your share of problems over there in Africa. So please, no defense, but let's go back to that saying, clean up your own backyard before you start pointing at what's wrong with mine. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.